365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace up the field, so type the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays.
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us, from all of us here at the ASAP Network.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome to ASAP Real Talk. We are back here this Thursday evening, and we got a lot to discuss. For sure. I'm excited. You know, I've been missing in action, so I'm excited to be back for sure. Of course, we got our normal usual suspects in the house. Top left-hand corner. What's up, Freddie? What's going on with you?
Yo, what's up? A lot of drama in the NBA. I'm ready to go.
Yes, indeed. And of course, we gotta give it up. What's up, Chris? What's going on with you?
Man, listen, my Sixers on right now. We about to 20-piece the Heat in the first half. Everything going great for me. I can't wait to talk NFL. I can't wait to talk basketball, man. I'm glad to be here talking with y'all.
All right. Sounds good. Before we get into it, though, how can our watchers, our viewers, get a free ASAP Network T-shirt?
Yes. For everybody watching this, what I want you to do is like the video, comment on the video, like the page, share the page. At the end of the month, we're going to tally everything up. The person that does that the most is going to be crowned the viewer of the month, and that viewer of the month is going to get their very own free ASAP Network T-shirt.
All right, there it is. And now, for the people who maybe watch the show afterwards, how could they get a shirt?
Yes. You see the price, you see the size. It's $14.99 plus shipping and handling from small to 2X. If you want a T-shirt, you're not able to comment, you're rewatching the shows. What I want you to do is send us a message on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Or if you know one of the analysts personally, send them a message. We're going to get the shirts to you ASAP, $14.99 plus shipping and handling.
All right. Now, hey, it's showtime. It's time to go and get the people what they want. Of course, it's some great, sports content. Now, a lot has went on in the NFL too. We had some, shakeups and things go on. It's NFL hot take time. And we got to give one. You know what? I want a super hot take here, so I'm gonna go with Chris first.
Okay.
I need the fire. I need you to come with it. NFL hot take. What you got for me?
Well, we all know, what's going on right now in the NFL. All these head coaching jobs being available. There's one guy that just got hired for probably the worst job, available. But there's another team looking for a head coach. My Philadelphia Eagles. My hot take. We're going to get Lincoln Riley. And with Lincoln Riley coming in, he had Jalen Hurts before, but he's going to rather want to coach Carson Wentz. So my hot take is that we get Lincoln Riley, Jalen Hurts is traded, and this quarterback guru that everybody calls him is going to help revamp Carson Wentz's career, because this is the one down year, and I've seen Hall of Famers, MVPs have one bad year. Carson Wentz dominated the NFL before this year. They're going to go ahead and get Lincoln Riley. Everybody calls him the quarterback guru. With the number 6 pick, we're going to go ahead and get a wide receiver, and Eagles are going to be back and rolling. Not saying we, Super Bowl favorites next year. I'm going to say we're going to be damn competitive, and the NFC East that's wide open.
And that's exactly why I came to you first. That's a great hot take. Lincoln Riley, the Eagles head coach. That's possible. That's definitely possible. All right, Freddie, what you got for me? NFL hot take.
This Saturday, the Green Bay Packers is taking on the Los Angeles Rams. You know, Jalen Ramsey has been locking up the star wide receivers. We seen what happened when DK Metcalf was on him. But Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers throwing him the ball. He gonna put $150 on him. $150 on him with two touchdowns. Because guess what? And they're not going to be scared to throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers is not Devontae Adams is not DK Metcalf. He can run routes like nobody else can. This dude can get open like nobody else can. He's not going to try to be physical with DK. And Aaron Rodgers is going to put the ball only where Devontae Adams is going to be able to get him. Because you best believe he's going to get the ball. And then Jalen Ramsey is not going to be able to stop him. So he's going for $150 with 2 touchdowns. And we already know the Packers going to win.
There he is. So Freddie thinks Devontae Adams gonna get $150 and 2 TDs.
$150.
$150. You hear him? $150. All right. My NFL hot take is this. Remember, I was high on the Cleveland Browns. Remember on this show, I said they will win the playoff game.
I mean, we saw them. I saw them winning the whole division, so I'm not surprised.
I thought they could too. I thought they could too, especially that little slip up against Monday Night in Baltimore hurt them. But I'm here to say the Browns will upset the Chiefs Sunday. Yes, they will. They will upset the Chiefs Sunday. The running game of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb will keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. I think it could be a great neutralizer. Now, remember, the Chiefs was down 28-0 last year in the playoffs and was down 14-0 in the playoffs. Best believe if the Browns get up 14-0 or if they get up 21-0, the game is over. And let me tell you why. The Browns' defense was way better than the Texans was last year, and it was better than the Titans was. Also, they're not going to stop running the ball. That's their identity. And that's the whole thing. They're not going to stop running. They're going to run it well. The Browns got the best offensive line in football. They mauled the Steelers' offensive line with backups. They didn't even have 2 or 3 of their starters in there. So I'm here to say that the Browns can control the line of scrimmage, especially on offense. And I feel like if the Browns get up early, I'm talking about a 10-0, a 14-0. The Browns gonna win this game, and I feel like the Browns is very, very, very is in good shape to win this game. They have the recipe to beat them, and you know what? I'm going out there, and I'm saying the Browns will beat the Chiefs Sunday.
You talking about a hot take, man? I'll say this: a recipe to beat any good quarterback is to win in time of possession. Well, I mean, I'll save my thoughts for when we talk about, these divisional games. But let's look at the comments. Will speaking facts right here. Adams is going to go for 150 on Ramsey when Ramsey hasn't allowed over 30 yards to any receiver this year.
Saturday's going to be a new day. Just watch.
It just better. You better hope it be, because if the Packers lose, you better not scream you're a Giants fan. I'll tell you that.
How would they lose?
I'll tell you that.
They lose? Why?
It can happen. It's playoff time.
You guys see Aaron Donald is hurt? Cooper Kupp is hurt? No, man.
Everybody's in the NFL hurt.
What did he say? Let me see. Run that back. What Will say?
He's speaking facts now.
Browns got 4 picks and a defensive TD and still almost allowed 40. They were up 28-0. Anybody that's up 28-0 is going to step the foot off the gas a little bit.
That is true.
Come on. Once you up 28-0, everything go out the window. You not playing the same defense that you was playing.
I'll say this.
And then once the Steelers started to come back, they clamped down and got more turnovers. No, I'm not buying that. When you up 28-0, you get the chance to give up a touchdown or 2.
I agree with you. on that. But you think they clamp it down on KC like that?
I'm not saying they can clamp down KC, but what I'm saying is they can control the time of possession to make it for the Chiefs to have to feel like they got to score every possession. And I know they can. They definitely can. They the Chiefs. They Patrick Mahomes. But extra pressure like that, where you feel like you got to score every possession, sometimes that's trouble. And like I said, if the 49ers had a decent quarterback, they smoked the Chiefs in the Super Bowl in my eyes.
Facts. I stand on that. And no, to me, I know we get a little bit off topic, but it's something that we got to talk about every time it's brought up here on Real Talk. To me, if they stay with the original game plan of running and play action instead of trying to make Jimmy G, for my opinion, just try to make him the Super Bowl MVP. Just trying to make him look better. Forget all that. Stay with what got you there. You threw it 7 times against the Packers. You didn't change it up.
Joe didn't.
They fell right into Kansas City hands, and I'll save it for when we talk about it. All
right. So that was definitely a good discussion with hot takes there, just because so we had Chris obviously said Lincoln Riley is going to be going to Philly as a head coach.
Yeah.
Freddie said they're going to put up Davante Adams going to put up $150 and two touchdowns on the Rams. And
you've been saying a lot of things that haven't been coming true, Freddie. So you better hope this one comes true.
Oh, it is. Just watch $150.
You say you was on 1 year debate. That ain't come true. So you better.
Well, we're not gonna talk about that debate. yeah.
You said we could talk about it whenever.
Let's be real. This is real talk now.
All right. Moving on now. We came out with topics today, and this wasn't on there. However, it has to be discussed. Urban Meyer is the new coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sounds like he's putting together a staff relatively quickly. We're just gonna jump straight into the question, Freddie. Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer. Is it a good hire? Do you see him lasting and turning this ship around?
Who cares? No, I mean, I'm glad Urban Myers, he should have been the Cowboys coach last year. That the Cowboys should have got him, but guess what? They got in the way. Like you said, what can go wrong will go wrong. They're an accident waiting to happen. I mean, I understand it. I mean, if you need somebody to give you hope and bring you, make you feel good, think you have a chance, I'm sure he'll be the guy for it. But, I mean, they're not really going far. I mean, it's the Jaguars. I mean, I don't expect much out of them right now. To me, I think they blew their opportunity a few years ago when they had Jalen Ramsey on the team. They had that defense. They brought in Nick Foles that thought he was the answer. I thought that was their chance to being good, but they kind of blew it. They wasn't able to, help or fix the offense on the offensive side. So yeah, I mean, to me, I think it's a box office move to try to fill, stands in the audience, which right now you can't because of COVID, but eventually, whenever you're able to time to do it, yeah, I think that's that kind of move, honestly.
All right, Chris, you got the funky face. What's going on?
A box office move. They hired the best coach they thought was available.
Yeah,
so how is that a box?
He's going to be box office. I mean, they're not going to win nothing.
So if you're not winning, how is that box office?
Because check this out, Chris. It's like I know we're talking football, but a few years ago when the Lakers drafted Lonzo, everybody knew that he was not the best player in that draft.
Who they drafted above him? Who's you going to draft above him?
They could have went Fox. Fox was arguably better than Lonzo. We seen what he did to them in the championship. They drafted him because he was box office. He would fill the stands, and his daddy talked that much. People wanted to see this kid. It's the same thing.
Let me tell you something that's different though. You're talking about LA and you're talking about Jacksonville. You're talking about the best market and a little market. The huge difference right there. But now's my time to talk. I thought, listen, when you got a lot of draft picks and when you got the number 1 draft pick, and then we have a lot of free agent money, it's hard to mess that up. Now, it can be messed up, but it's very hard to mess that up. Now, quick hot take. Won't be surprised if Meyer goes Justin Fields with the number 1 pick. Won't be surprised. That would change up the whole entire draft. But regardless, let's say he go Fields, or let's say he go Lawrence. You got a franchise QB. You got a lot of money. You got a lot of draft picks. Now you start to build an offense around him. I'm not. Look, this division is wide open. Now they're the bottom of the division, but the division is wide open. To me, he got 2 or 3 years before Coach Cam said it best in the group chat. I ain't gonna make fun of the man, but he said, "Oh, I don't want to coach no more." They got a 2 or 3 year window. Once you get a franchise quarterback, you need to put weapons around him. Their running back showed that he's a top 10 running back. He had a top 10, running type of season. They surround more weapons around his team. I mean, you look at the Texans right now, even though their record is what it is, 11 out of their 11 losses they had were by 8 points or less. So if you got a team that can somewhat compete in Jacksonville with all the money that they have, it's a small market. But at the end of the day, wide receivers want to play with the best quarterback available. So let's say they get Lawrence, let's say they get Fields, and they show to be that franchise type of guy, wide receiver free agents are going to want to play there. So it's all about what they do in the draft and what they do at the cap space. And they got to win. If they don't win, it's not going to help. But if that quarterback, like how Burrow did, Burrow dominated his rookie year before the injury. One of those quarterbacks have a rookie year like that, free agent wide receiver that sees him balling, they going over there. Draft pick, going over there. So it's really all on them. Urban Meyer just has to win, but I think they can be successful because you got draft stock and you got money. It's really hard to mess that up in the NFL.
Yeah, and you're right about that, Chris. And one thing about free agents, they don't care where they go as long as they're paid right. That's just what it's about. As long as the guaranteed dollars is there, they'll go to Alaska and play football. That's just what it is.
Especially if that guaranteed money in the NFL, they out.
That guaranteed money, that talk a lot.
Just like the Dolphins.
Yeah,
what do you say? The recipe for the Dolphins right there. That's how they won.
That is true. Now, for me, they got a lot of money to spend. Have to spend it correctly. Have to hit on the quarterback. That's the first two things. And I think that's why Urban Meyer came to this situation. Because obviously they're going to give him full roster control. They're going to give him all the type of control that is for him to build this team.
Mm-hmm.
But now, I will say this. Mm-hmm. If he starts to lose, let Urban Meyer go 4-12. And let him turn around and go 6-10 or 5-11. No offense, I've seen it happen twice. Mm-hmm. He obviously gonna be coaching. Oh, all of a sudden he got vertigo. All of a sudden, he gonna drop to one knee. Oh, his chest. Oh, and now he gonna retire because of health issues. He's done it at Florida. As soon as he lost Tebow, and they went 7-5, his heart started hurting. His heart wasn't hurt when he was winning championships. Then we go to Ohio State. He win the shit. All of a sudden, something happened with him and the up top there with the whole scandal that kind of happened with his assistant coach. Didn't like the way it was handled. All of a sudden, every Big Ten game, he on one knee. His health. His health. It's his heart. Now, if it's your heart so much, why are you coming back again? That's my problem. That's my issue. Like, come on, man. Like, he's a smooth operator. He operator where he wants to go. I will say that. However, I just don't see it working. I see it as a Nick Saban type of situation. I've already seen where he wants to hire Kerry Combs, and a lot of people don't know he's the Ohio State defensive coordinator. But he's a big figure here in Cincinnati as he coached one of the best high school teams probably ever, and around here anyway. And he's talking about bringing him, and now he's talking about bringing. I read he's talking about bringing Charlie Strong, stuff like that. The assistant coaches to me are not
the guys you need with experience.
You need to holler at some of these. I'm calling maybe a Wade Phillips. For
I'm calling a quarterback coach for offense. I'm calling a quarterback coach from the Bills or from the Chiefs. Right with these young quarterbacks, and if you're going to draft the number one, either Lawrence or Fields, obviously, I was saying the thing with Fields, it's probably going to be Lawrence, but either one, you get one of them quarterback coaches that was working with these young quarterbacks, take off.
Yeah, and that's what that's gonna be great. Defensively, I'm calling Wade Phillips, Romeo Crennel, Jack Del Rio, some of these guys that's been there, done that. He's gonna need that type of help in the NFL. That's just my concern. The coaches I'm hearing that he's trying to bring in, I'm like, I don't know, but we'll see. But I'm just telling you right now, If they don't win, health issues is coming in 2 years. I promise you that. All right, moving.
Hey, Big Cam. Coach Cam. Let me correct something that just happened. Chris, you are a wonderful debater, sir. But you're not no singer. I've been trying to sing, I'm just saying.
Freddie, what are you good at? You lost both of your debates. What are you good at?
I just had to point that out there to you. You don't have a little tune,
You don't have nothing.
If you want singing lessons, we
You
can
don't
take that
have
back.
nothing. You don't have anything. You don't have anything.
I can sing.
No, you can't.
Well, one day I'll show y'all. We're gonna
We don't want to hear it, or we don't want to hear or see it.
We're gonna have a talent show.
Oh Lord,
you don't got no talents. It ain't debating.
Don't make me fly out there to Philly. I cross you up on the court. Hey, I told you that already.
Fly out then.
Moving on. We can stay on this forever. Moving on. All right, now Atlanta Falcons. There's a lot of things. I mean, honestly, Falcons got a lot of issues.
Yeah, do they?
They got a lot of holes. They need to find a coach. And then there's rumors that Matt Ryan and Julio's out the door. If you're the Atlanta Falcons, what do you do with the 4th pick? And Chris, I'm gonna go with you on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you trade down Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Wilson, heck, another player? What would you do with that number 4 pick?
See now, if that hot take with Fields going to Jacksonville, if I'm Atlanta, I'd be trading up to get Lawrence. But in all actuality, Lawrence probably gonna go to Jacksonville. But still, everybody seems to be high on that Wilson guy from BYU. If I'm Atlanta, okay, let's say Julio's out the door. Let's say Matt Ryan's out the door. You got Calvin Ridley. So you went from Roddy White to Julio. Now you got Ridley. You had Matt Ryan there. Now you need a quarterback to come in and take over. To me, there's no other options. It's quarterback. To me, they're like, there's literally no other, unless you're trading for a quarterback, you're drafting a QB. You got defensive problems, that's fine. But if you think Matt Ryan's out here, if you want to get rid of Matt Ryan, you need to draft a quarterback. Point blank period. For me, either one of those guys, to me, I take. Fields and Lawrence is all up, then you got to go Wilson. If you can still get Fields, to me, I'm getting Fields. But regardless, you got to go quarterback, not corner, not another wide receiver. You need to go quarterback.
There you go. Quarterback for Atlanta. If Chris was the GM. All right, Fred, you the GM of the Falcons. What you do with the number 4 pick?
I definitely agree with Chris. It got to be a quarterback. Matt Ryan's days in Atlanta should be over. But if I was able to get my hands on a Justin Fields, like you said, you still have Ridley, and some way you can convince Julio Jones, to give it a shot with this young guy. I mean, you want to give another shot?
Heck no, boy. Julio should have been out of here. I'm sorry.
But if you was able to convince him, Justin Fields, I think the Alabama game, the kid's going to kill him in the draft. He might, he might fall a little bit lower, man, because he didn't play like he played against Clemson. I'm just saying, just being honest with you. He still had 2,000.
Trevor Lawrence wouldn't have put up a good game against the Alabama team. That's just being honest.
Hey, 22 touchdowns, 6 assists. It's impressive. If the Atlanta's able to get him, put a defense around him, put some weapons around him, man, that team will be dangerous. I think by next year, because they need a quarterback.
I'll say this though, real quick, Coach Cam. If somehow they think they want to run it back again, okay, we're gonna give it one more try. I'd either trade for more picks or draft a cornerback. But that's only if they think they got a couple more years in it. If you're saying, okay, we get an O-line, or maybe they go to O-line guy from Northwestern. But if you're saying you want to run it back, then you can trade for multiple picks and make it work in this draft. It's really on what Atlanta's going to do. And it's really on if Julio's staying or not. Because to me, that's the one. If Julio's staying or not, you guys think about what you're going to do.
And then, let me ask you guys a question. This is not what he want to do. It's what the team want to do. Let's play the team. Say, you know what? We're going to trade you, Matt Ryan. We're going to trade you, Julio. We're going to put you guys in a package. We're going to put that number 4 pick in the package as well. We're going to send it to Houston for Deshaun Watson. If you was the Falcons, would you do that?
Heck no. It's the dumbest thing ever. Just to put Deshaun Watson in a situation where he's going to put up all stats and not win anything. You lose.
Well, no. I didn't say
capital.
I didn't say think of it as Deshaun Watson. Somebody as a franchise that think that they're going to.
I'm talking about for the Atlanta Falcons. You trading all three of those guys for a guy that's not going to win nothing. You can get more. You trading away Julio, Matt Ryan, and a number 4 pick for him. You could do better. You can make a better trade to help your team for the long run. I mean, you're going to trade for a quarterback that's going to have nothing around him. We saw what happened when he got a little bit around him in the Texans, and they still lost all those games. So like that, no, not doing it.
They're not doing it. Well,
a different package maybe, but the package you said, heck no. That was terrible. That was a terrible package.
Now, my thing is this. It depends. Obviously, it all depends on what they do with Matt Ryan. If they look to move forward with him. However, if I'm the Atlanta Falcons right now, honestly, at 4, I don't see Fields or I don't see Lawrence on the board at 4. I don't. Because if Fields goes 1,
everybody's trading up.
Everybody's trading up. You talk about you got Carolina on the phone. You got anybody that come close to needing a quarterback. And heck, the Jets may stay there and say, you know what? I got Darnold for y'all.
Yeah.
But I'm about to take Lawrence.
A lot of teams will take Darnold too.
So if Fields gets picked 1, Trevor is gone at 2. And if that's the case, I'm picking the best player available. Whether it's I don't care if it's
Chase,
Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Micah Parsons. If they need Penei Sewell, I would hate to see him go off the board, but if they need him, pick him. Especially if you're gonna keep Matt Ryan, at least protect him.
And that's one of the best tackles we've seen.
You know what I mean? You're right, exactly. So that's why I'm praying he fall to 5. But for me, if I'm the Falcons, I'm picking the best player available. I don't like Wilson. I don't like Lance. I'm not high on those two. Not because they go to smaller schools. I'm just.
Let me ask you this: are you not high on them because you don't want to take them that early? Like if you were a team with the
it's not good value there.
I feel what you're saying. I'm kind of.
It's not good value at 4, and then you're gonna have to rush him on the field, and then who knows what may happen? Because if you pick a quarterback at 4, you got to start. You got to start right away. You got to find out what you got.
We saw what happened with Tua. They forced him to start, and obviously he wasn't ready.
Yep. Yeah, that's a bad thing. So I mean, but at the end of the day, you got to see what you got in these quarterbacks because it don't take long to figure out anymore if you got one or not. It takes about 4 or 5 games to know. Okay, he either got it or he don't got it. We knew Burrow right off the rip had it. We knew Herbert had it. Tua's like we keep waiting. No, ain't no waiting. He don't have it.
Every other quarterback, it was I'm Eagles guy Hurts. Hurts didn't convince me to put the franchise in his hands. I love Hurts. He's a leader, but he didn't convince me to say, okay, I gotta go with you right now.
That's fair, and that's a fair assessment. He left, like I said, he left money on the table because it could have been his job for the future. But he didn't capitalize on that.
He just remind me of Lamar. He really remind me of Lamar.
Yep.
Inconsistent thrower that can run the ball.
That's it. That's basically what he is in a sense. Exactly. All right. Now, we was kind of talking about Dolphins a little bit, too, and obviously they got issues, and really they got a team that can win now.
Yes.
They got a team that can win now, and really what's holding them back is the quarterback position. Now there was rumors going around that Tua and packaged up with some picks can go to Miami for Deshaun Watson. Should the Dolphins trade for Deshaun Watson? And I guess it's a 2-part question. Is Miami the best place for him? Freddie, I'm gonna let you go.
If I was the Dolphins, I would trade for him. Like you said, that's the best place. That best place, not the best place for him. It's the team. The team is waiting for a quarterback to take them deep in the playoffs, and he will be the guy. Deshaun Watson, man, we talking about. He balled out so crazy. We know if they had a winning record this year, he would have been the MVP. I mean, just the numbers that he put up this year with after they traded his buddy and DeAndre Hopkins. Okay. I mean, you look at this Dolphins team, the defense that they have, the young receivers that they have, the running backs, again, running game. And then we all know why he won out of Houston. And you look what the Dolphins have in their organization, what they're led by, their coach, what he is. I mean, hey, they're going to be fighting the same fight, but it's not the best place for him. I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't want to go to the Miami. I understand it's South Beach, it's nice, it's wonderful out there, but there's a place in the Big Apple that needs a quarterback.
Hell no.
There is a Big Apple that needs a
Hell
quarterback.
no.
That is a quarterback away from being a great team, and that is the New York Giants. If I was him, I'm trying to find a way to get to the New York Giants. Coach Cam, ask me why.
I have to ask you why, Freddie.
He don't want it. He don't want to ask you. He don't want
Why?
to.
I have to. Why?
So-
I really want to know this.
It's because they have a young and upcoming team. We seen that defense last year. We seen it keep them in games, win them games. But guess what? They have a young receiver, Sterling Shepard, that's ready to break out. He just needs a quarterback that'll be able to give him the football. Then you have Evan Ingram as a tight end. Yes, he dropped passes, but guess what? A lot of that has to do with them not having the quarterback. And you just think about him and Saquon Barkley, just be the nastiest quarterback and running back duo in the NFL next year. And you talking about, you know why Chris is, oh, hell no, and rocking back and forth right now, ladies and gentlemen, because he's an Eagle fan. That's what he would hate that in his lifetime. Because
that has no, don't speak on my name.
Relevant.
That speak on my name. That has no idea why I'm shit. Come on now, right?
You know that's why.
I fear no man. I fear no man. Go ahead, trade for him.
You're not going to be that good. Deshaun Watson.
I fear no man.
You fear Deshaun Watson.
I fear no man. Stop
you fear
it.
Deshaun Watson.
Like I fear no man. Why would I fear him?
Deshaun Watson in that division. I guarantee you that.
I promise you I won't. Promise you I won't.
I promise you will. You be like this. Hey, Coach Cam, you be like this. I saw Carson Wentz the first half. Nope. Let's go to Hurts. You don't know which quarterback you want to go with.
I promise you I wouldn't feel that way.
All right, y'all. All right. Chris.
Okay, first of all,
negative. I'm about to say.
Thank you. He is not a number one wide receiver. First of all, you got better receivers over in Houston. Let's get that out of the way. He said something about Miami having good wide receivers and tight. They have a decent wide receiver. They don't got a lot of wide receivers over there. So if I'm Miami, I mean, how much do you want to get rid of for this guy? You're going to bring him over here with a questionable offensive line, no really weapons, and you got to rely on that defense. And, in this AFC, you're going to have to put up points. So either I'm drafting a quarterback with this number 3 pick, or I'm drafting a wide receiver and just going to put faith into it. I don't know if I'm trading away my future for Deshaun Watson because you don't know how this team's going to be without no weapons. You don't know how he's going to be without no weapons. We all talk about how he traded away, DeAndre Hopkins. He still has better wide receivers over there in Houston than a lot of teams in the NFL. So I don't know if I'm really give up everything for him unless you could find a way to get another wide receiver over there, another tight end over there, or revamp that offensive line because we see him with a bad offensive line. Next, first of all, with the Giants, you said something about Evan Ingram. I just want to clear this up. Evan Ingram dropped a wide open pass on the money against the Eagles to win the game. It was a perfect pass. He was wide open. Has nothing to do with the quarterback.
That's one play, Chris. One play.
I'll send you a clip.
One play.
The reason why I don't see the Giants making that move for him. I don't see them giving up their entire future for him when they still got some question marks that if they just fill him in the draft, they'll be a better team. And that's how I feel about Miami. To me, the best options for him is either the Broncos or the Steelers. And the Colts would be, but they're in the same division. I don't see a team trading inside the same division or the 49ers. And here's why. You look at all those teams, let's start off with the Steelers. To me, the Steelers are a quarterback and a running back away from winning the Super Bowl. That defense was very, very good. The Browns scored a lot, but if they didn't have all that good, who was Brandon Cook? Shit, the Eagles. Who I got to go next? Giants. Who I got to go next? Dolphins.
No, not Giants.
How many 1,000-yard wide receivers y'all had?
Well, we don't have a quarterback.
Okay. Anyway, like I said, the Steelers are quarterback and a running back away from honestly winning the Super Bowl. If you get a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, you might not even need that running back because we've seen what he did in Texans right now with no running game. We saw the Steelers go out and make a big move, a big splash, trade away a lot of future assets for Minka Fitzpatrick, your defensive quarterback. Now, once you get your offensive quarterback in Deshaun Watson and make it happen. The Colts is probably not going to happen, but Phillip Rivers really cost them that game. They should have won that easily. Phillip Rivers doesn't have the arm he used to. The Broncos were messed up with injuries this year. I don't know if Drew Lock is the guy for the future, but you look at the wide receiver core is good. You look at the tight end core is good. It got hit with injuries. You got 1 and 2 running backs over there, and you got a very good defense. The Broncos was just hit with a lot of injuries this year. To me, you get a quarterback, and they're just as good. Whatever team makes a trade for Deshaun Watson, you got to think about it like this. Okay, he's a good player, but how badly do you want to win? If you trade for him to win, you don't want to give up your entire future. I mean, the Texans gave up their first round pick, and now they need it. Now they don't got it. So the best place for Deshaun Watson, for me, is the Steelers. Or he could come over here to Philly, go ahead, take Hurts and that number 6 pick, and we trade.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's afraid. He goes to the Giants.
Oh my, ain't nobody afraid. Are you a Giants fan now? Are you a Giants fan? What's going on?
I'm a Packers fan, but I like the Giants. You ain't about to sit up here and do that to me today, neither.
No, I'm not trying to hear that. Coach Cam, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, Steelers would be a good fit. I just threw up in my mouth though, but
I know because
that I wouldn't like that at all. But I mean, it would be a good fit, but I don't see Steelers mortgaging in the future like Morgan. They never been that type of team to mortgage their whole future.
They did, and not the whole. That's the thing. It's the whole.
Because you going. I mean, because they don't have nothing offering.
He's asking prices a lot, man.
You're talking about multiple first round picks, and that's not how the Steelers operate. I think
good fit, though.
It would be. You know, a place where I would love to see Deshaun Watson is the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah. I think that would set them over the top. I think that would they'll be Super Bowl favorites in my eyes for sure. You talk about Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle with the run game and the line
and the defense. Call it.
That's what I'm saying. It'll be in the bag for them, long as injuries don't hurt them. That would be a Super Bowl team right there.
Just imagine that division, though. Just imagine that division.
It'll be just unreal. You talk about Deshaun. Yeah. It's Goff. Poor Goff.
Poor Goff. Their defense going to be able to hold them over, but Goff not going to be able to win them no games.
Yeah, but I think that would be a good place for him. You know, and you talk about you link him up with Kyle Shanahan, an offensive guru. I think that'd be a match made in heaven there. So I would like to see him in San Francisco. Give him some stability, organization that know what they're doing. But Houston not gonna let him go. They'll be fools too. They're gonna play hardball with Watson because that's what they got right now. That's all they got right now.
I mean, we're gonna talk about this later. But a team that's you gonna trade for him is gonna make just like what the Nets did in a sense. You're gonna have to give up all them picks for a guy like Deshaun Watson. And is he worth it? That's
Yes, he's worth it. Don't sit up back like
no.
Chris, please, man, no. If you could trade both your quarterbacks and draft picks and get Deshaun Watson, you would do it in a heartbeat. And don't sit up there.
But it depends on a franchise. You look at the Texans; they thought that left tackle was worth it. Look at them right now; they won 4-11, and they need that number 3 pick. So if you're a team that's on the cuffs, you don't know if you're going to win or lose. You don't trade away your whole future for a question mark. Teams that Coach Cam said, sort of the Giants too, because the NFC East is wide open. These are teams that got some stability. We're not talking about what's a team like that? I can't even. All teams is good this year. We're not talking about the Lions here. The Lions, that'd be terrible for them to do. Mm-hmm. We all said teams with stability. You don't trade away your whole future, then you have no future, then you have no picks. You're not going to get better. We've seen the Saints do that with Ricky Williams. Things didn't go good. You don't do that.
Yeah.
So your team, you trading 7 picks for him?
Probably the Giants.
You trading 7 picks for him?
For Deshaun Watson? I mean, it just depends.
Okay, now it depends. Okay, let's go move on now. Come on.
It just depends, man.
That's what I said, and you tried to argue, but now you're saying it depends. So, Coach,
I'm not. No, I didn't try to argue with you, man. Hey, let's move to the next topic, man.
Okay. All right. Is there one team that will for sure make it to the Super Bowl? Guaranteed.
Why is this question over there? Like,
You'd be surprised.
Go ahead.
You asked why this, but you'd be surprised at my Twitter mentions. You'd be surprised.
All right, one team that for sure make it to the Super Bowl. We're going to get Freddie out the way because I already know who we beat.
Yes. I didn't mean to do that. Of course. The Chiefs, who's going to stop them, man? I mean, stop it. They got Patrick Mahomes. They got the running back. You got Edwards-Helaire. You got Le'Veon Bell. You have Travis Kelce. You have the Cheetah. Who's going to stop them? I know Coach Camp said, the Browns is going to beat them this week. No, stop it. Nobody's beating them in the AFC. So, yes, the Chiefs is a lock in the Super Bowl. Then you can book it. You can guarantee it. You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to make a side bet me, Coach Cam, off the air, we can, because I guarantee it. Like Charles Barkley say, they're going to the Super Bowl. Nobody's out there better than them. Stop it.
Chris?
You thought I was going with the Packers.
You realize when Charles Barkley says that 9 times out of 10 he always gets it wrong. So go ahead, good job for jinxing the Chiefs. Now, anyway, for me, there's no guarantee. All teams in here can be beat. There's never a guarantee. People guaranteed that the Ravens will win last year. Look what happened. People guaranteed the Patriots will win. Look what happened. People guaranteed the Chiefs would have beat the Patriots a couple years ago. Look what happened. There's no guarantees in the NFL when matchups are this close, when one team has a better matchup, against another. It could happen. Wouldn't be surprised if it does happen, but I'm going to have to wait and see. The Browns really have a recipe to beat the Chiefs. We're going to have to wait and see. Both the Bills and the Ravens are very good ball teams that you won't take lightly. The Chiefs, I'm going to talk about them when I talk about, the next topic, but any team can be beat in the NFL. Any team can be beat. Patrick Mahomes could come out and start off sloppy, just like Big Ben did. Dig himself in the hole. You Sankey in head, we never know. We just never know. To me, there's no guarantee anybody can make the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, there's no guarantees. If you had to go with a guarantee, I mean, there's no guarantees in sports. You got to go out here and you got to do it. So for me, like I said, I think the Browns will beat the Chiefs, so that's not a guarantee for me. If there's anything I can guarantee, I'm gonna go here with it. I think I guarantee for the playoffs to make the Super Bowl. I guarantee the New Orleans Saints. I guarantee the New Orleans Saints.
I like it.
The defense, I love their defense and the way they've been playing lately. I understand this, Mitchell Trubisky, but only give up 3 points, in the playoff game. They were locked in and focused. They can run the football, control the clock, even though with Drew Brees, kind of arm dying off there. But, I really do like the Saints this year. I think it's their time. I think Drew Brees kind of, goes out his last year.
He better.
He end up in the Super Bowl. He got to.
He going to drop. For me, in my all-time rankings, he don't go out. He going to drop. Simple. I'm sorry. No excuses. You had the best ride. Save it for the next topic.
All right.
Save it for the next topic.
All right. Well, let's get into the next topic then, because we got to hit some NBA stuff that will be intense for sure. Predictions for divisional round. What you got, Chris?
All right, so
winners.
Oh, we doing our games?
Oh, you just give me a prediction. That's
right.
fine.
I'll start. I'll start with the first game. The Rams got a very, very good defense, but at the end of the day, quarterbacks got to make throws. At the end of the day, I don't see the Rams getting 5 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. I don't know about Freddie saying Devontae Adams going to kill Jalen Ramsey. He can stick on that, but I do believe the Packers are going to be able to win this game. Score, I want to say 28-20.
28-20.
Am I doing all? Just get out of the way?
Yeah, get them out the way.
Right. With the Ravens and the Bills, for the Bills, they gave up over 160 yards against the Colts. The Ravens, to me, have a way better running game because not only do they have 2 running backs, actually running backs, but they got Lamar Jackson, who's arguably the best runner on the team. They have a better, a little bit better defense, than the Colts. And to me, I feel like crazy as it seems, I feel like Lamar Jackson can make some of the throws that Phillip Rivers can't make anymore. I like this offense better. I like the coach. I like this defense better. I like the coach. They're going to be playing in the cold. I think the Ravens are going to be able to pull up a shockingly upset, because a lot of people like the Bills, and win this game 28-24. With the Browns and the Chiefs. Now, let me read to you some stats, because, Nate the Great, I don't know if you're watching, but all year you've been saying that, all year. Do I got the stats? Don't matter. I'll say it off the cuff. No, here we go. All year, Nate the Great been saying that the Chiefs, they don't blow nobody out. They don't have no convincing wins. But against all these playoff teams, against the Bucks, they were up 10 when it was close to over. Against the Ravens, they damn near blew them out. Against the Bills, they were up a lot when it was over. Against playoff teams, Chiefs 4-0. Patrick Mahomes is 70% completion percentage, 12 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 118.6 QBR. I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs have what it takes to beat the Cleveland Browns. I think it's going to be close. But, at the end of the day, I feel like a quarterback's going to have to win this game. And I got faith in the quarterback and the coach of Kansas City. Now, with the Bucks and the Saints, it's hard for a team to beat a team 3 times in a year. The Bucks really haven't beat any playoff teams, during the regular season, and they just barely beat Washington. So, crazy as it seems, I'm going with the Saints to win this game. But New Orleans, Drew Brees, you don't win this game, you're not a top 10 quarterback. All the stats, you don't win nothing in the playoffs. You can blame it on this, blame it on that. You had the best roster in the NFL for the past couple of years and weren't able to do anything. You have no excuses now. And this is the first time I ever picked the Saints over the Bucks. So we just got to wait and see. But I feel like the Saints, I think they got the best roster in the NFL right now. So they just better beat the Buccaneers.
All right, Freddie. Divisional round predictions. What you got for us?
Like Chris, I have the Green Bay Packers winning. Devontae Adams going for $150. Like I said, 2 TDs. Just Jared Goff, dealing with his injury, his thumb injury. It's going to be cold. We know that thumb's going to get to throbbing out there in the cold. The backup quarterback, took whatever. I'm not even sure he's going to be able to play. Is he going to be out? I don't know if he had a concussion or whatever. But, they're going to have question marks there. Aaron Donald's dealing with cracked ribs or something on those lines of that type of injury. And if he move in that cold, he's going to be dealing with that. So Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be the MVP that we know that he is this year. I'm predicting 32-22. I got the Ravens beating the Bills as well. The Bills, they really don't have a running game at all. And if you don't have a running game, you're not going to beat Baltimore. And the Baltimore's defense, man, as of last week, looked more healthy than they have all year. They're coming back, coming back strong. So, and like Chris said, I do believe Lamar Jackson can make throws. And I think when he's time to make throws, he will make those throws. I don't know how you can stop, the running game with the running backs. But in addition to that, I just don't know how you can stop the running back, Lamar Jackson, running like he's running as well. It'll be his first snow game that he's ever played in his career, but I don't think that will stop him at all. So, yeah, I predict that game, let's say 36-29, okay?
A lot of points.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. But I have the Chiefs beating the Browns, and I think it's going to be a close one. I think the Browns' defense will be able to contain the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, to some point of the game. But at the end of the day, I think it's going to come to the last couple minutes of the game. You give the ball to Patrick Mahomes, and I think he will make the game-winning drive to win the game. I'm going to say 28-24. And then you had the 2 old men, Tom Brady and Drew Brees. You guys seen what Tom Brady put out on Twitter, like the History Channel. Man, this is going to probably be Drew Brees last year. Tom Brady's like 43. We've seen this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense give up about 300-plus yards to their quarterback against Washington. Man, he's going against Drew Brees now. It's not going to be – I understand he has the players, the defensive players out due to COVID. But this is Drew Brees. Drew Brees, you have not been able to get it done the last couple of years. This is your year to redeem yourself. Saints, this is your year to redeem yourselves. You have to win this game. I'm going with the Saints. Overall, their offense is complete. They're fine. They have Michael Thomas back, Kamara's back. This defense is there. I'm gonna say 28-26. It's going to be a close one, but I think the Saints will prevent. I believe Tom Brady's going to go for a game-winning drive but the Saints defense will step up and prevent Tom Brady to win the game.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna bring a different angle to the show. I'm gonna bring a different angle to this. I'm gonna pick the winner,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna pick for people who may be watching who like to put a little money on
Yeah,
a little game. I'm gonna
yeah.
get the spreads for y'all. All right, it's -6.5 right now with the Rams and the Packers. I honestly think going to Lambeau Field, Aaron Donald ribs not healthy, Goff thumb in the cold weather. On top of that, it's really not a good recipe for the Rams. They played really really well against Seattle, but I think their season is over this weekend. If I'm people, I'll take Green Bay and I'll take the full 6.5.
All right, easily.
I think they win by 10 or more. Baltimore and the Bills. Now this where I saw it was at 3.5 for the Bills the last time I checked. You know what? This is going to be a great game here. This is going to be a great game, but this is the type of game that I really see the Ravens keeping it close, and find a way to strike. And I can see that Baltimore defense, who's known for just finding a way to make a big play. Like last week, Marcus Peters. I think they find a way to do the same thing. And if I'm you guys, if you want to play it safe, I'll take Baltimore in the 3.5. But also, I will go ahead and take a money line. I think they win this game outright. And so look, I will take Baltimore for sure. Cleveland, Kansas City. I kind of gave that away early.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Browns is getting 10 points. I know it's the Chiefs, but I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I will definitely take the 10 for sure if you want to play it safe. That run game is going to keep them in it. The Chiefs, they are opportunistic defense. If they're over here, and if Patrick Mahomes and them, come out and start off 14-0, then that's when they like to get their turnovers and work. But I think it stays close. I think Kansas City wins, but I would take the Browns plus 10. All right, and now for the Saints and the Bucks. This is gonna be a good one. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. However, they're gonna get after Brady. They're gonna move him off that spot, and I think they're gonna hit him early. And I think the Saints find a way to win. I would take Saints money line in this matchup. All right, we into the NBA. NBA time now. NBA hot take. And you know what? It's been a lot of things. It's been a lot going on, especially with the NBA. So I'm anxious to hear what these hot takes are. Let's start with Chris.
man.
NBA hot take. What you got for us, man?
So we saw this big trade, which we're going to talk about here in a second. We saw that go down. We look at that team in the East. We say, oh my gosh, who could beat them? My hot take is that, that was just the beginning. There will be a lot, and when I mean a lot more trades to go on. Look at Bradley Beal possibly getting moved. You can look at Zach LaVine possibly getting moved. Look at Julius Randle possibly getting moved. Look at Siakam possibly getting moved. There's a lot of teams right now that think they're a player away that will cash in because you see all the teams around you cashing in. Dale Morey said a good quote. If you got a 5%, 10% chance of winning an NBA championship, you go all in. So if I'm a team that got that 5-10% percentage of winning a championship, I'm going all in. If I'm a team like Washington, you're trash. I knew you were going to be trash beginning of the year. I don't know why people thought this team was going to be good. Their roster has nothing. You thought Russell Westbrook can carry a team when he's still injured. What we see right now, they brought him back too early, so he's out a month. Listen, the asking price for Bradley Beal is going to be good enough for you to take for the future. Okay? Take that deal in a heartbeat. Thomas Bryant is out for the year. You're not winning anything. So news for any Washington fan on here, you're not winning anything. You're not winning anything. So look for him to be gone. Don't be surprised if Zach LaVine's gone. There's going to be more trades because teams are looking at the Nets and say, how can we beat them? We got to load up. That's just what it is, in my opinion. So I think this is just a start. I think it's going to be a bigger trade than this.
A hot take for you, Freddie. What you got for us, man?
Let's stay on the Brooklyn Nets, okay? Everybody want to act like now, oh, they're the favorites. They got James Harden. They have Kevin Durant. They have they have Kyrie Irving. I'm gonna tell you a quote that Charles Barkley said on TNT tonight. KD went from the Splash Brothers to the Dribble Brothers. That's the truth. Come on, let's stop it. First off, you don't know if Kyrie Irving's ever coming back. He should retire, by the way. Then you have Kevin Durant, who looks good, who's straight balling. Then you have James Harden. James Harden. You have players. So let's just suspect that Kyrie Irving comes back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not sit here and act like they're just this great of a team. Pump the brakes just a touch. Can we see them play a game first? Can we see them play at least one game? I mean, we haven't seen them play a game yet. They haven't even put them on the 2K roster yet. Can we see them play a game before we want to say, oh, they're the best team in basketball? Stop it. Because you know why? Because somebody's going to take the game winning shot. Guess what's going to be too many people say, oh, who's going to take the shot? He got too many egos. Kyrie Irving was complaining about being Robin with LeBron James. Is he okay being the third man now? I don't think so. We know this dude have too much of an ego. This team will not work. They gave up depth. They gave up their big man. And I mean, when you're talking about a team that have a big man, who's going to guard them? Who's going to play defense? Let's not act like this. You still don't need defense to win games. Nobody's looking at the Nets and saying, oh, how are we going to beat them? Because you know why? Because it will not work. There was reportedly, this is what people on ESPN said is reported that coaches are laughing at this team right now to think that they're going to win. They're not going to win. Let's pump the brakes. Let's see them play a game first. We haven't seen them play a game, and we're talking about, oh, they're going to win. They're this team. We don't know. Guess what depends on health. We don't know if Kyrie Irving can stay healthy for a whole season. We don't know that. With Kevin Durant dealing with his injury, can he stay healthy for a whole season? We don't know that. Can they gel? We don't know that. Let's see them play first before we make these decisions, ladies and gentlemen. Pump the brakes.
Mm.
Pump the brakes. That's the thud, doggone it.
All right, so Freddie was.
And Chris looked like that. And Chris, you need to be respectful because you a Philadelphia 76ers fan. Don't put nobody ahead of y'all.
I had them ahead of us before the season started. I said they were the favorite in the East. Like what? I said it on the show.
They shouldn't be now.
I'll save my take for when I'll save my take for literally the next topic when we talk about the trade. That's what I'm going to do.
Well, you do that. I'm gonna do the same.
All right. Now, all right. My NBA hot take, man, is obviously COVID's going around, and it's been tough on the NBA. Like it is every sport. My prediction is this, and it's kind of off the wall. I think the NBA will end up having to take a break. They will take a break, and when they come back, they will have to go to the bubble again. It's pointless to keep flying back and forth, and there's no fans there. I mean, what are we doing here? That was my whole thing coming into the season. What has changed? Did the virus go away? Because clearly it didn't, and then you wonder why you got these issues. It was waiting to happen. I think there will be a situation where they have to end up going back to the bubble until everything is better, or we can get vaccinated, all that kind of stuff. But I do really feel like there will be another bubble there in the NBA, and I think it needs to happen because if there's no fans there, what's the point of flying across country and putting yourselves in harm's way of the virus at this point? So, and it's not helping at all flying across country or going to different arenas. It's too much exposure to it, and I think eventually they'll have to take a break. They'll take about a 14-day break, and they'll come back in the bubble. That's how I feel. About what's going on because the NBA always put the players first and put safety first. I give them credit on that, and they gotta do what's best right here and make sure that players are safe, and that's the first and foremost thing. All right, now we're gonna get right straight into it. The James Harden trade. Obviously, there's a new big three in Brooklyn. Uh, Brooklyn, received James Harden. The Cavaliers received Jared Allen and Torian Prince. The Rockets received Victor Oladipo. Karooks, 4 first-round picks and 4 pick swaps, and the Pacers got Karis LeVert. Uh, Freddie, what is your thoughts on the trade? You pretty much said it last
No,
time.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I'm not done. I got more stuff.
Oh well, go ahead.
That was that trade was horrible, Houston. What are you doing? You got what they got eight draft picks out of the trade. It was horrible. Because yes, I said it's horrible, Chris Brown. Yes. Why you look like you just so amazed that I said it's horrible? Why did I say it's horrible? The draft picks depend on if the Nets are going to be bad within the next 4 years. Do we all believe the Nets are going to be bad? No. Then you have to worry about is the Milwaukee Bucks going to be bad? Are they going to be bad? Do we think so? No. So guess what? We're relying on too much, and then you trade your centers. Houston. Then you trade James Harden for. Okay, you should have made the trade with Philadelphia. Philadelphia was the best trade. You get a Ben Simmons, who Chris Brown on his network say he's going to be the best player. He's going to be the best defensive player. He's going to be the defensive player of the year. Guess what? The only thing this man can't do is shoot. Other than that, he's great at everything else on the basketball court. And then you get your young player. Then you get a draft pick or two. You're not going to give me draft picks in Philadelphia like you did with the Brooklyn Nets. But guess what? The trade that you get now, you have to hope for a lot of things just go right. You got to hope Brooklyn be bad in a couple of years. You got to hope the Milwaukee Bucks be bad in a couple of years. And we don't see that happening. Why not get a player that you can build around your franchise with? It's horrible.
All right. Now, Chris, go ahead, because Chris just been disgusted all show.
That's his normal look, ladies and gentlemen.
Because everything you say makes me look that way. Now let's start off with Brooklyn, okay? I'm tired of hearing can they mesh, and I'm tired.
That's not the question. The question is thoughts on the Houston trade.
What does that say? Thoughts on the Harden trade?
Yeah.
Right. What team is James Harden playing for right now? What team's he playing on right now?
Chris, carry on.
All right, shut up then. Now, like I said, James Harden is playing on the Brooklyn Nets right now. My thoughts on Brooklyn. First of all, I'm tired of everybody saying all this negative stuff about Kyrie. Why don't you say where he's at? I hope he's healthy. They keep disrespecting his name. It's really pissing me off.
No.
Hold on. You didn't cross the line, but some of the things I've seen have been crossing the line, taking it way out of basketball context. All right. Stop all that hate on Kyrie name. If you're not going to be respectful, don't say nothing out your mouth. And I don't care who it is. I'll say it all to their face. Stephen A. Don't matter. Stop disrespecting his name. Secondly, they gave up way too much. Seven picks, 3 players. You gave up way too much for James Harden. I'm going to go from negative to positive when I talk. You gave way too much. You got 3-year star players on 2-year deals. What's going to happen if you don't win? But let's talk about these 3-star players. People are saying they can't mesh. When I look at them, I look at Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. Everybody talking about, they ISO players. But they all can shoot. Let's get that out of the way. If you got 3-star players that can shoot, that's a check mark. Next, Kevin Durant, he doesn't have to take 35 shots to get his points. He's very, very, very efficient. Kyrie Irving is one of the best scorers that I've seen in a while, especially at his height, and he can shoot better than a lot of people. For me, James Harden is going to have to change his game because he's the best passer and the best playmaker on his team. So, James Harden is going to have the ball in his hands more. Kyrie Irving played off the ball. Kevin Durant played off the ball. It's not going to be a big change. He's going to be what Spencer Dinwiddie did times 10. Spencer Dinwiddie rolled before he got hurt, was the guy that initiated all the offense, a guy that take away. What are you shaking your head for? Gary, no, I don't even know why I asked you that. Bye. Anyway.
I'll be back.
Bye. I don't want to hear you be back. He's the best passer and the best playmaker on this team. So he can have the ball in his hands more. All you got to do is take less shots, take less 3-pointers to get to the free throw line more. He can easily average 24 and 10 on this team without even trying. It's not going to be hard for all these 3 guys to eat. and they talk about defense. Yes, I say this: you lost a lot of defense, but team defense is you don't need a whole bunch of perimeter defenders to win. What happened with the Clippers? Everybody talk all this perimeter defense stuff, and they ain't had no defense in the playoffs. They said Kawhi is the best defender. They said Paul George is the best defender. They said Pat Bev is his best defender. But nobody played defense when it was time for them to play defense in the playoffs. Luka smacked them in the mouth, and Jamal Murray smacked them in the mouth. I'd rather take team defense over individual defense any day of the week, because all you got to do is put the ball somewhere else where an individual player is not playing them. All you got to do is take advantage of another mismatch. So team defense is still there. Stop saying this team can't mesh. They can easily mesh when they're on the court together.
They can't.
And you keep talking about injuries. Well, it was the same thing with a whole bunch of teams when they get together. Anthony Davis was never healthy. When he came to LA, everybody said we gonna have to wait and see. We wait and saw. Okay,
things see this one out too.
Yeah, yes, we do. But to say they were the favorite before they made this trade.
Who?
They're still the favorite.
Favorite to what?
To win the East.
Okay.
Whatever coach is laughing at this, please. Why are you laughing? They not laughing. You got 3 guys on your team that can get 40 with their eyes closed. No team is laughing. Trust me. Because you thought you had a defense for Kyrie.
I said coaches.
No, coach
you said that James Harden got to change his style of play. I don't recall him trying to change when CP3 was on his team. I don't recall him trying to change when James Harden, when Russell Westbrook on his team. So what's going to make him change?
Hold on.
You can't teach your old dog tricks.
Because I wasn't done talking. First of all, his game did change when he had Chris Paul. He did play off the ball. He did take a lot of catch and shoot threes. Why is he going to play off the ball with Russell Westbrook when Russell Westbrook is trash? Russell Westbrook's not Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook's not Kyrie Irving. We had Chris Paul. First of all, that's one guy that played the point guard position. He did take a step back. And secondly, Chris Paul was hurt a lot in the regular season, something me and Coach Cam talk about all the time. He missed all those games. You got Kevin Durant who's healthy. You got Kyrie Irving who's healthy. He's going to have the ball in his hand more than both of them. He's going to be the main playmaker and still be able to get his points. His game is changing, but not that much. It's going to be back when he was dominating the league by getting everybody open.
Chris, what happened when they had CP3? He tried it for so long, but guess what? It did not work. And guess what? He's not going to change now. He's not going to change now.
They missed 27 straight threes. They make 2 of those threes, they in the finals against the best.
He's not going to change now. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's going to be the same James Harden that he's going to be.
The same guy that led the league in assists.
And can you tell me when is Kyrie Irving okay being the third option? He barely want to be a second option.
Kyrie Irving's still going to get his points. You lost Dinwiddie.
Is he okay being a third fiddle? Is he okay being a third fiddle?
Kyrie Irving's going to be okay with scoring 25 a night.
Is he going to be okay being the third fiddle? That's the question.
He's going to be okay with scoring 25 a night.
I'm not asking you 25 points. I'm asking you, he's going to be okay being the third.
He's going to be okay with scoring 25 a night. You talking about third fiddle? Because you know nobody's a third fiddle. When you got your best 3 players or your best 3 scorers, they can take advantage of anybody. There's no third fiddle on this team.
He's going to be the third fiddle. He's going to be the third option.
Okay, he's not going to be the third option when you got your primary defenders on James Harden and Kevin Durant. He's going to take advantage of the little guy. Okay, you put the JJ Redicks on him. Okay, you put the Seth Currys on him because you got to put all your best defenders, your bigger defenders on Kevin Durant and James Harden. He's not going to be no third option.
So he's not a third. So he's going to be ahead of James Harden.
The third option.
That's what you're saying. He's going to be number 2 ahead of James Harden.
This is what I'm saying. It all depends on the matchups. No team has 3 great defenders on their team. That's facts.
Stop it.
That's facts.
Stop it. Kevin Durant's the number 1 option. James Harden, who's averaged over 30 the last 3 seasons, is number 2. Kyrie's number 3. Kyrie's going to be traded.
You put Anthony Davis on Kevin Durant. You put LeBron on James Harden. Who's guarding Kyrie?
Who, on the Lakers?
I'm asking you, who's guarding Kyrie?
We got a couple players.
They all ass because none of them know all defensive teams. None of them know best defender at their position.
You act like the Lakers not going to make no trades.
Stop it.
You act like we're not going to make no trades. That team is not going to work. That team is not going to work. I guarantee you that.
Okay, I bet you they get to the finals.
Well, I mean, who they got to play in the East?
Now who they got to play in the East?
Stop it. You talking about guys that cannot work. You ain't going to dribble all day long. That's all they do.
Have you watched Kevin Durant the past couple of years? He doesn't have to dribble
That's
to get
one guy that don't.
Have you watched Kyrie Irving the 2 times he was with Brooklyn this year and last year? He doesn't have to dribble to get all the shots. These are all guys that have been playing.
Well, Chris, that's a bad scenario. You said you talking about, have you seen Kyrie or the Nets? He have only played 27 games with them.
That's all I need to see. That's all I need to see.
He's always
All right.
missing. We don't know if he's
That's all I
going
need
to
to see.
now.
Listen.
He been talking a lot. I didn't even get a chance to say all my points because
He's MIA right now.
Anyway, can I just say this one last thing about
Go ahead.
Houston? Because I never got a chance to say it because he started talking about Brooklyn. With
Go ahead.
Houston won this trade. They got an A+. First of all, you talk about what's up with the future. They got the Nets pick in 2022, 2024, 2026. Cavs pick in 2022. Pick swaps with the Nets in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. I can guarantee the Nets won't be good in 2027. I can guarantee they won't be good in 2025. Look what happened when the Celtics made them trades with the Nets. Look how they got their 2-star players. It's going to be the same thing right now with Houston. They got Victor Oladipo who's on an expiring contract. They got Dante Exum on an expiring contract. They traded for 3 guys on expiring deals, and they got picks for the future. They're not trying to win right now. They're building for the future, just like the Thunder are, just like the Pelicans are. They're going to be fine.
Chris, it's a lot of hope. What you just said, it's a lot of hope. I hope these teams be bad, but you can go.
There's hope for everything,
and you can get a Philadelphia and get you a young star and Ben Simmons that's guaranteed
in life. There's hope for everything in life. What are you talking about?
But why not get the for sure deal when Philadelphia with Ben Simmons that's experienced that's going to be that star?
Because first of all, they wanted too much. Philadelphia said no, just like Boston said no. They wanted Ben, they wanted Maxey, they wanted Thibault and picks. Philadelphia was smart enough not to trade their future. Boston, they wanted Brown, Smart, another player, and like 3 picks. They were smart enough not to trade their future. It's not that Philadelphia didn't throw out the trade; they asked for too much. They asked for just James Harden and a couple of picks. The Nets were dumb enough to trade their entire future. Because that's why, because the Nets are older. The Sixers, Celtics are younger. That's why they didn't trade their future.
Listen, I'm tired of hearing people say it's dumb to trade Anthony Davis, all that. It's crazy to trade James Harden, all that. No, it's not. Do you think the Lakers feel stupid for giving up their future now? No, they won a championship.
How old is Anthony Davis? How old is Anthony Davis?
It's 26.
Okay, James Harden is 31.
So what if he wins you a championship? It's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Okay. Trading up 7 picks for the next 7 years.
So Chris, let me ask you a question. You're a 76ers fan. You trade for this man and he wins you a championship this year. You gonna say it was not worth it?
No, shit, if I had to give up Maxey 3 picks and Matisse,
so that worth more than you win a championship.
I wouldn't. First of all, who knows? This team could win a championship now. I'd have traded Ben Simmons and 2 picks for him easily. But to give up what the Nets did, they're tripping. I would have never done that.
Coach Cannon, okay. I
would have never traded 7 picks and 3 players for 1 guy ever.
I'm going to ask Coach Cam the question. Coach Cam, you're a Dallas Mavericks fan. You like Porzingis, right?
Yeah.
All right. If you can trade Porzingis, draft picks, all for James Harden, and he wins you a championship this year, are you going to be sitting there mad, man? My future's over. I gave up all my future, but y'all won a championship. How are you going to be feeling?
No, I mean, the championship makes it worth it. I mean, obviously. I mean, but my fandom is different. You know, I'm from Cincinnati. I want a ship. So if I can get one, I can get one. But my thing is this, though, about the trade. The Nets, you know, they was in troubled waters, man. You know, Kyrie, you know, not knowing what he's going to do on a daily basis. They had to do this deal. I understand the GM said the Kyrie thing ain't push him to do it. Yes, it did. He lied. KD probably said, look, pull that trigger because I'm damn sure not about to start up here and drop 38 by myself no more.
2-year deals. They don't win a championship in 2 years. The Nets
they broke up. And that's my thing, too. You look at it, the window is so small. It's not 4 years like the Heat was with the big 3. It's 2. And all of these personalities they have, they're, you know, either standoff. It just don't mix really well to me as far as personality wise. Now on the court, I do think it could work. You know, because it's just too much firepower. But the problem is that while it probably won't work and they probably maybe won't win a championship, is the coaching. You have to have a strong personality to handle those 3. And you got Nash. How is Nash going to handle it? Nash? Kyrie already went AWOL. Now you're dealing with Harden. Now D'Antoni helps with the Harden thing. KD's pretty kind of,
What coach in the NBA could handle this? Let's be. There's not a lot of strong-minded
Pop
coaches. Maybe
can
3.
handle
Yeah,
this.
Pop.
Rick
Spo,
Carlisle can handle this.
and Spo.
Spo can handle this.
That's it.
Steve Kerr.
That's it.
Steve Kerr could possibly handle it.
That's
Yeah.
4. That's it.
I'm thinking about more. I don't want to think about like just to get rid of coaches here. Brad Stevens, I think, could handle this.
I don't know. Brad Stevens don't like making adjustments. That's his problem.
Oh,
Right?
I can't say that. I seen
Right,
him make
it ain't
adjustments.
about
I
that.
seen him make
I'm talking
adjustments.
about the playoffs.
He made adjustments to beat my team and to beat the Raptors in the playoffs.
Well, that's not hard to beat Philadelphia.
It's not hard to beat the defending champions in the Raptors.
No, yes, it's hard. No, it's not hard to beat them. They don't have Kawhi. Let's stop it.
But one more.
Oh,
One more thing before we move on. A sneaky team that I liked in this trade was the Pacers to me. Because you was gonna let Victor Oladipo walk for nothing, and you found some kind of way to get Karis LeVert out of the deal, and that's a player where you could potentially sign into extension with, and I believe he already signed an extension.
Yeah.
So he signed up. He locked up.
They key players, their core, are on contracts to like 2023, 2024.
See, now
They
the
came out with a
got
W.
Yep, the Pacers really came out with a W. So now you talk about you got Brogdon, LeVert, Sabonis, Miles Turner. That's a solid squad in the East, and it's very formidable. So I think the Pacers really came up in this deal for sure.
The Cavs. I know you don't like it, but all they got to do is flip some of those forwards, and they came out with a W.
Yeah, they got.
All they got to do is flip
something.
Love, Drummond, McGee, and they won. And they just as good. So they got.
I agree with that. And
I want to piggyback off that.
go ahead.
Lakers, Rob Pelinka, hit Cleveland up, get one of them bigs. I don't care who it is, JaVale McGee. I don't see us getting Drummond.
You can only give McGee. You can only give McGee back.
Get JaVale McGee, somebody, because we still need a big man at times. Because Montrez, when he's in the
There's no defense, like I tried to tell you.
but he on offense though.
On offense, he's good, but you talk about defense with the Nets. Why can't you talk about defense with Montrez?
Well, no, that's not that. My Lakers are number 3 in defense.
I said defense with Montrez.
Montrez ain't the Lakers. Chris, don't sit up and try.
I said defense with Montrez, not defense with the Lakers.
Brooklyn gonna see about us next month too.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that they gonna see about us next month. Yeah, LeBron got everybody leaving the West.
Oh, here we go with that. But anyway, now since I was talking about Karis LeVert and the Pacers kind of made out with that trade, the next question is, how will Karis LeVert do with the Pacers? And I'm gonna start with Chris on this. I'll just get it out the way. I think LeVert's gonna do great with the Pacers. I think, of course, he's a 20-point scorer as is, but I think he's really gonna flourish there, especially without TJ Warren. I think it's going to be great. Just to piggyback off what I said before, I think Pacers really, really came up out of this deal. And you talk about, Houston got what ifs, and then you got, Nets giving up the farm and the house. Now you got the Pacers who really didn't give up nothing and got like a swap out of the deal. So I like it, and I think LeVert will do well with it. Chris, what you think?
LeVert will be an all-star this year. Mark my words. He's going.
This year or maybe next.
I think he can find a way to creep into it this year. Even with James Harden coming to the East, it's a lot of guards in the East that I don't think will make it this year. It's a lot of people in the East I don't think that's going to make it this year. Okay. Karis LeVert is going to be an all-star. Karis LeVert defense is. I said even before the year started, his defense is taking another level. This year, he's one of the best defender guards in the game right now. Talking about a two-way player that can give you 20. Him and Brogdon are going to be able to play on and off each other. Brogdon's a former 50, 40, 90 guy. So he can play on. He can play on and off the ball. The defense in that backcourt is going to be amazing. The Pacers are going to flourish. They got a 6-7 man unit that is good. Their bench is very, very questionable. But when you're talking about adding TJ Warren in the mix, you got a shooter and Justin Holiday in the mix. They don't have no backup bigs. But you're talking about a starting 5 that can do damage and a 6-man that can do damage. So, I mean, he and the Pacers are going to flourish. I can't wait to see that. I'm very, very excited about that. They definitely did win because VO was going to walk out. He wanted a trade. He didn't whine and complain like James Harden did. He made it known, but he still took care of business. Well, you can swap that, get LeVert, and now you got your best guys, on contract for the next couple of years. And all you got to do now is try to work in free agency and drafting. Pacers came out with a big W, in my opinion.
Yep, I do. I agree with you. Agree with you on that for sure. Just not giving up much, and then you get a player that's going to be there for years to come and looking to prove himself. You know that's huge.
That's
huge.
why I think he's gonna fight for the All-Star spot. I really do.
He definitely could. He definitely could for sure. I think Freddie having technical difficulties. However, we will move on. Can the Rockets still make the playoffs? Now we know it's been traded. Now it's been kind of rumors that Victor wants out as soon as he got in.
I knew that because he had his list of teams. That's what I'm saying. Like Victor Oladipo already had his list of teams, so I'm not surprised saying that he wants to get moved. And if I'm Houston, I'm feeling like the Thunder right now. Get as much draft capital as possible.
Yep. So do you think the Rockets can still make the playoffs?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna go with you, Chris, since we was already rolling and talking.
I'll say this. If they keep the roster the same how it is, they can make the play-in tournament. And then once you're in a play-in tournament, anything can happen. But I'll say, if they're gearing up for the future, like a lot of teams have done, and it worked out for, I've seen a lot of teams do it. Don't be surprised if guys like PJ Tucker is moved to a contender. Don't be surprised if VO is moved to a contender. If that's the case, then they're probably not going to be able to make the playoffs. It really just all depends on what their goal is. If they keep the roster the same, they can easily make this play-in tournament. But if they want to, trade guys and build for the future, then they're probably not going to make it into the playoffs this year. They're going to fight, though. They're not going to be a walkover team. Christian Wood has been doing his thing this year. DeMarcus Cousins, when healthy, is doing his thing. John Wall is looking to get his feet under him. Eric Gordon is still Eric Gordon. They got some good young pieces. It's not going to be a pushover team. It just all depends on what they trade and what they keep.
Gotcha. All right, Freddie.
I mean,
Rockets, they gonna sneak in. What they gonna do?
I think they can still. They keep the team together. I believe they'll be able to sneak into the playoffs because now you don't have the distraction of James Harden. You don't have that talk, and all they have to do is go there and ball. But
after you, I gotta say something. After you,
man, John Wall looks good. Look nice. Chris said it on Real Talk a few months ago. This dude still look like John Wall. If they can get something out of DeMarcus Cousins, if they can get just a little bit more out of him,
he balling. He getting thrown out for these ticky-tack calls.
If they get something out of him, and man, Christian Wood, he look nice. He is nice. So I still think this team with Victor Oladipo, if they keep him, if he can come back to somewhat of form of himself like he was a few years ago, I mean, he's averaging about 20 points this year, a little bit above 20 points this year. So I think they can. And with the new coach, I think he's going to be able to use John Wall and Victor Oladipo like in a way of a flowing offense, get them the ball pushed off, push the ball down the court, get shooters open. Yes, I think they'll be able to make the playoffs.
I just want to say something real quick, Coach Cam. We never got to see, for me, the full potential of this team. I remember me beginning of the year, I said this team for me would have been, kept their guys together. But James Harden came out of training camp 10 to 15 pounds overweight. James Harden the past 6 games has been playing like trash, shooting like 15% from the three-point line. So we never got to see the full strength of this team. I feel like, getting rid of him, now, like the post saying, you can build chemistry because he was the reason why, for me, they were losing some of these games. I think this team is going to find out who they really are because I love their head coach, and I feel like 20 years as an assistant, he got his time, and, I hope everything works out for Silas.
Yeah. And when we talk about Real Talk, and I forgot to mention this, and for those who watching out there, we come with it and we bring predictions before your major networks.
Yes.
I call Brooklyn James Harden before Whoa, Sham, anybody on Twitter or anybody even period.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I did Chris Paul to the Suns before anybody.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Freddie, what have you done?
I know that coach. He called me out. I predicted the Lakers gonna win the championship. And what happened?
That's not a hot take. That's not a hot take.
And guess what? I'm gonna do it again. We going back to back.
That's still not a hot take. That's not nothing before.
Well, just wait till this Sunday when Devontae Adams go $150.
Oh Lord.
No,
but the question is, can the Rockets make the playoffs? No, they're not gonna make the playoffs, man. And and it's not that they're not a solid team. They got some solid pieces, you know. But I'm just looking at outside of Boogie Cousins. I'm looking at that front court. I know Christian Wood is good.
That's the only two.
Huh?
That's the only two.
Exactly. You know, the bench is awful. You know, and really, I just think, you know, some of the pieces they really need to, like, you know, they busted it up, but even next year they really need to start over from scratch. And I know a team like Houston that's used to winning, you know, that'd be tough pill to swallow. But next year, you know, you look at John Wall, he's looking good. Trade him, get something for him.
I just hope I hope they do right by Silas, man, because I think he's going to be a good coach.
They go do him filthy. They already done him filthy. Look at the. I mean, no offense. I know they got Boogie and John Wall, but I'm watching this game right now. Look at the roster's awful. It's not a good roster.
Well, who? Because I know they got some guys. They for me though, they still have yet to get this team at full strength. Like looking at the roster now, they you know, Eric Gordon is not playing. Where's House at? Like, I'm not saying these guys, you know, well, Eric Gordon is Eric Gordon. But I'm saying, like, I've yet to see this team at full strength. And if they do him dirty, I hope another team with good guards pick them up. Because I feel like if James Harden would have came in a training camp in shape, him and John Wall would have been a disgusting backcourt. So if they find a way to trade VO or they keep VO, they get another guy to be in that backcourt with John Wall, they're going to be dominant.
I agree with that. I just don't know if I don't know what they're gonna do. I think they really trying to just coup a lot of picks, and I think
that's the smart thing.
Which is smart. You know how I always think: if you forget being 6 through 10, be 15, be at the bottom of the West if you're gonna be bad.
Look at the Celtics. Everybody clown just the process, but look where we at right now. It's worked out for every time I see that made that major thing and hit the reset button. The Thunder about to come up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go with you today. I'm not even in the mood.
Okay, I don't care if you're in the mood. It's the truth.
I was nothing. Chris, you mentioned a lot of teams that you want to, but yeah, let's keep it going.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving because we gotta keep it rolling. All right, now I already pretty much answered this question. Should the NBA take a 2-week break? For me, yes, they should. Just to get things back on track. You know, obviously my hot take was there'll be in a bubble. There'll be another bubble later on in the season. But right now it's out of control, man. And I think the NBA always put player safety first above any other league. NFL, of course, they was gonna keep trucking. Let's play on the Wednesday afternoon. We don't care, like, you know. But NBA is different, and I think Adam Silver will look at this and say, "Hey, we got to stop this for 7 to 14 days and get regrouped and figure out the right proper protocols to do." Like, if there's the case where maybe do it like baseball, you only play division games for a while, or, you know, play teams on near your coast, because there's no reason for the Lakers to be flying to Memphis. That's asking for the virus. I mean, it simply is just asking for the virus. And so I think they will shut it down eventually here. They're gonna try to ride it out as long as they can, but they will shut it down here eventually. All right, Freddie, go ahead. What you think? Do you think they'll stop for a couple weeks?
They need to, and then when they come back, you know, they need to. I think what they're going to do is try to, you know, fight the season as much as they can, and then, you know, might take multiple breaks, and then when the playoffs come, you know, try to come to the bubble. But, you know, the reason why, a lot of these players don't want to go to the bubbles, like, you know, they're fighting back because they're being away from their family a long period of time. So I see the NBA, you know, trying to work a deal out. Let's try to, you don't need to do that, face.
Bro, no, you not watching what I just saw. When y'all see this highlight on Sports Center of Miles Bridges doing that dunk, you gonna see why I made that face. You gonna see why. It ain't you don't get no reaction out of me, but you making some sense. But you don't say nothing that crazy. That dunk that I just saw might be one of the best dunks I've seen all time. I'm telling you.
Well, maybe you use that in your debate tomorrow.
All time?
Yo, that in-game dunk I just saw.
I done lost tomorrow's that.
That's your fault.
But yeah, I think, you know, I think the players, they don't want to be away from their families so a long period of time. So the NBA is going to try to, you know, work it out, try to figure a way to get to the playoffs, and then get to the playoffs, then go in the bubble. But I have to say something to George Hill, his comments. Did you guys see his comments that he said the other day about the whole COVID protocols?
No.
Did you see it, Chris?
I mean, he said how he felt. It's a players' league.
Yeah, but still, coming to my, he's not going to do this. He don't feel like he got to do that. Well, give your
A whole
money
bunch
back.
of players, feel like that.
Well, guess what? Give your money
Players make
back.
the league.
Give your money back, then. Damn it! I mean, you're talking about a virus that is going around, and you want to go out there and play, but you don't want to go by protocols. Give your paycheck back. You don't have to go out there if you don't want to do what you got to do. Give your paycheck back. I'm tired of players saying they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. He's talking about a question, well, maybe we shouldn't play basketball. Well, maybe how about you stay home then? If you know what we're going through as a world, you know what we're going through as a nation. We're going through a pandemic that we cannot stop. And you talking about you don't want to go by the protocols, man. Stop it. Get out of here. You're going through a virus that is killing people like crazy. Stop it.
All right. Man, that was intense.
I'm always it's real talk.
Chris, what you think, man?
I mean, listen, yes, they need to take a break. I'm not mad at him for saying that because the protocols are trash anyway. I mean, what should happen is you take your 2-week break. You either, one, expand the rosters because you look at the NFL, yes, you can miss a lot of guys, but you got 50, 60, damn near 70 guys on the roster. The NBA, you don't even have 20. So if you're looking how to, expand the rosters. But for me, I'm taking this 2-week break. I'm picking about 9 to 12 different places in the U.S. where you're going to have a little bubble in those 9 to 12 places, and you're going to have many tournaments there between the certain teams. So if a team fly out to the West Coast, they play in the Lakers, they play in Phoenix, they play in Sacramento, they play in the Clippers, they play in the Warriors, then you fly somewhere else. Because flying to a city with no fans just to play one team makes no sense. If you're going to fly somewhere, you need to play 7 to 10 games in a row. That's, in my opinion, that's what you need to do if you want to stop this virus. So I'm taking a 2-week break, maybe a 3-week break, and getting those places together because a lot of these places do not have fans. So what's the point of going? Like Coach Cam said, pick about 10 to 12 spots where you can have these mini tournaments and get the season healthy and get it over with. Because you keep flying, more cases are going to happen. And it's going to keep hurting teams. I mean, they made my Sixers play with 7 players, but they're making all these teams postpone. They should have made my team postpone. I just want to throw that out there. But how long are you going to be able to do that? 7 guys obviously is not going to be enough. That's why you need to expand the roster. The NBA could be doing a lot of things better. I know they, I talk about player safety. Well, they fighting the line right now. They fighting the line. They showing honestly. They hear that it suits them best when they want to pick player safety over getting that check. So they're going to have to make a decision very, very soon. For George Hill making that comment, COVID is very, very serious, but the NBA does have to have better protocols. They're good, but if you having a league where you got guys flying in and out, you basically telling them to have a mini bubble, but you telling them to fly. So make up your mind. You saying they can't do that?
That's crazy.
Telling them to fly. So the NBA really needs to make up their mind because they're contradicting themselves and they find in line whether it's player safety or that check. So it's going to keep affecting them until they make the decision if it's player safety or that check. That's my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, I already told you how I felt about it. So let's get it cracking. Let's keep it moving. Has the NBA got too offensive friendly?
Yes, I'm taking the lead. I'm sorry.
No, yes.
I
know. Please, no. Please,
yes.
Chris. Please let me go.
First of all, you want to go?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, because I think we on the same page, and we might say the same things.
You goddamn right. The NBA has gotten too offensive friendly, and it makes me angry as a coach.
Sick.
It makes me sick because I preach, to my kids. That's the first thing we do. When I get my AU team in the spring, I don't care what they did in the winter. We don't touch a ball for a week, and we condition and we work defense. And if we do touch a ball, it's shell drill, and it's really mainly headed towards defense. And it's disgusting because we watch on TV, we see pictures like this, we don't see no one closing out, and I don't care. The 120 games, y'all can have those. I like to see competitive edge on both ends of the floor. Defense is part of the game. And it's too many times where I'm just seeing uncontested threes where a person catch the ball in the corner. They got time to take a dribble, relax, and take a. That is disgusting to me. I just can't watch it. I love the NBA where teams was picking up 94 feet, where Scottie Pippen was picking up Magic Johnson 94 feet. We're not doing no superstar is picking up another superstar 94 feet in today's NBA. Yes, the NBA is too offensive friendly. I'm not saying you got to go back to fighting people like it was in the 80s, but damn it, I want to see if you go to the bucket, I want to see it contested. I want to see people close out on open threes. I want to see the effort. It's too many. It's just too many blow-bys, too many layups and dunks for me in the NBA. I'm sorry.
Now I'll pick it up right where you left off. You know, you talked about you coaching AAU, but when I played AAU in high school, especially AAU, was straight conditioning probably for the first 30 to 45 minutes of practice. Then it's defense for the next 30 minutes of practice because defense wins games. But now it's like pick and choose when you play defense. Now you got some teams, you got some players that play defense well, but it's not the entire league. Like you said, you got guys, you know, letting people shoot wide open threes, just giving them 10 seconds to get their shot. Man, I had to run one time in practice because we was all watching the game together at the coach house, and they shot so many open threes. He said, y'all better not do that. Go run. Like all throughout high school, all throughout the youth, they teach you to close out. They teach you all these defensive drills, all these, you know, fundamentals. And then when you watch the NBA, it's like it all goes away. So what is it doing to these young players? I mean, you look at Trae Young. I'm sorry. Trae Young is the epitome of the NBA's offensive friendly because Trae Young is not taking it in the paint, and if he gets hit, he's crying for a technical. He's crying for a flagrant. He's not. When Shaq was playing, there was only a couple guys his height, AI, that's that short that's going to take in the league against Shaq. All these players now, they take it, they looking for a foul. They want a foul. They scared of contact. They're scared of contact. When you touch somebody, it's a foul. I seen this clip of James Harden hooking LeBron's arm. How does James Harden hook LeBron's arm? Then they call the foul on LeBron. I seen James Harden damn near jump on somebody back, and they called the foul on the other guy. The NBA got way too offensive friendly. It's terrible to watch. It's terrible in the regular season. It's decent in the playoffs. It's a little better in the finals, but you can still gearing towards the offense. I hate watching that. It's not good basketball. There's not a lot of defensive fundamentals all the time. You might see it here and now, you know, especially with good teams, but it's not consistent like it used to be. And people try to say, oh, it's a millennial thing. Oh, it's a millennial thing. I was born in 2001. I hate this offensive basketball. It is disgusting to watch. I'd rather watch teams win 95 to 89. Because I know it's competitive on both ways of the court.
Yeah.
It was like that in the early 2010s. It was like that in the early 2000s. But mid-2010s, that's where it started to get offensive friendly. And I'm not blaming James Harden, and I'm not blaming these players because they took in the rules and adapted to it just like every great player has done. But they're been in the rules to a point where the NBA needs to bounce back. Because these flagrants and these things, first of all, how did they call a flagrant DeMarcus Cousins when he was obviously going for a block? LeBron obviously did a tricky move. LeBron, just like everybody else, are the kings of flops, and they called that a flagrant. That pissed me off. I'm not mad at LeBron. I'm mad at the NBA because these great players, which the great players before them did, they take advantage of the rules for them to succeed. All great players do. I'm not mad at them. I'm mad at the NBA for making these rules. This offense in the NBA is nasty. I don't like it. I hate watching it, and they need to fix it because these rules is just for little kids to watch.
There it is right there. There it is right there. Told you exactly what you needed to hear. Now, you know, Freddie, I know you about to come with something different. I know you. What you got for us?
I agree with, you know, what you said, you know, but Landon, I don't know why you put that picture up there. He missed it, you know. Glad that bum off my team.
So he balling right now in Philly.
Yeah, he's a bum with LA. I don't care what he do in Philadelphia. You think I care what he do in Philadelphia? I mean, the only thing Philadelphia I want was a Philadelphia cheesesteak or something, you know.
Okay, we got a super. Okay, we got great franchises, but okay.
We
all our franchises won
championships. Argument is another day.
There's no argument. All our franchises won championships.
When was the last time other than Eagles?
Eagles, okay. The Phillies won in 2008. Okay. The Flyers won in the past couple of decades, and the Sixers won. What are you talking about? With Dr. J and them.
When the time the last time Sixers won?
In the 80s.
Oh, okay.
A ring is a ring. Coach Cam, am I wrong? A ring is a ring a ring?
Hey, a ring a ring.
Hey, Coach Cam. What? That was a long time. He was Coach Cam. Coach Cam, how old are you, Coach? You 30 what?
32.
Shoot, Coach Cam probably was young. He was probably your age, a little bit younger than you.
Hey, look, whoa, hold up now. Don't put me that. Oh, I'm so no offense, but you can't put me that. Oh, because I wasn't even born when the Sixers won the title.
Oh,
Early
man.
80s when they this early 80s when they was going against the Lakers back to back.
Right. But I gotta say, a ring is a ring because I still, we still are Cincinnati, Cincinnati Reds. We still claim we the best, one of the best baseball teams there is. Period. For us historically, So, and our last championship was '90. So we still hold on to that. So hey, a ship is a ship. I totally agree. All right. Power rankings. Top 5 teams so far. Let's get through them quick. We running out of time. Let's get through them quick, and then because we got our rank them. All right. So what's the top five power rankings as far as teams, as far as who's doing the best right now? Chris Brown, who you got?
All right, number 1, I got the Brooklyn Net. No, I'm just joking. Number 1, I got the number 1, I got the Lakers. They're doing their thing this year. LeBron's defense is taking another level. He's holding people to 30%, against him when he's guarding them. This team is looking good. They got depth now because last year their depth was in question. LeBron couldn't play 25 minutes last year, and this team will be fine. But when you get a shooter, you get a Montrezl, you got THT doing this thing, you got Kuzma. They got depth now, and they're doing very, very well. Number 2, I have the Milwaukee Bucks. That starting 5 is looking very, very nice. The addition of Drew Holiday, like I said, is looking very, very nice. And it's the regular season, so the Bucks are going to be able to do their thing. Number 3, I got the Clippers. I'll be honest, the Clippers are balling out right now. These first 12 games, they're doing their thing on both ends of the court. Paul George is doing his thing like I always knew he could. Kawhi Leonard is Mr. Consistent, and they're getting some good help from the role players. Nicholas Batum is looking like a good pickup because he's not asked to be a superstar like he was with the Hornets. He's asked to be a role player, and he's a very, very good role player. And Serge Ibaka is looking like a great pickup. Number 4, I got the Celtics. I still question the move of Tristan Thompson, but when you got 2 killers like that, they're carrying this team, period. These guys are doing their thing. There's, you got Pritchard, that rookie, probably honestly looking like the 3rd best scorer, and they're still able to win games, still got a positive record. And number 5, I got Philly. Philly, one of the best records in the NBA. Joel Embiid is dominating, a candidate for MVP. Their defense is looking good. Tobias Harris is stepping up. We're getting a shooter from Seth Curry, shooting over 50% from the three-point line. We haven't had a shooter like that in years, and he's getting into the basket. Ben Simmons is walking triple-double, getting 8+ assists a game with the rebounds, with the defense. Philly's looking like an improved team. And we got bench scoring. Maxey in double figures, Shake Middleton in double figures, Dwight Howard being Dwight Howard, Thibault with the defense. This team is a top 5 team right now.
Freddie, who your top 5?
The number 1, the defending champions Lakers.
You said be quick. You already.
I let you talk. You let me talk. You stay in your place, youngster.
I do whatever I want.
You stay in your place over there.
I do whatever I want.
You stay in your place.
When I can do that, I can do whatever I want.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, he stay in his place. Like I said. Number 1, you again. Number 1, the defending champions Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. And like Chris said, Chris, I'm very proud of you, how you described my team. You finally did something right today on this show. I'm very proud of you. I will send you a cookie. The depth, man. You see Anthony Davis, he's not having the big games like he was last year. Why? He doesn't have to be the main vocal point no more. You have Montrezl coming off the bench. You have Dennis Schroeder. You have THT Kuzma. And you have LeBron. They still doing their things. And me personally, I really don't want AD going out there doing too much. You know why? I want him healthy for the playoffs. That's when LeBron and AD can do their thing. Then number 2, I got the Bucks as well. Greek Freak. Hey, that Drew Holiday pickup was a big pickup. There, and then Chris Middleton being that 3rd guy, finally finding his role. That was a big pickup. But it's the regular season. We just talking about right now. And then number 3, I gotta go. Man, I don't want to go this well. It's the regular season. I'm going to give it to them, the Clippers. They doing what they're doing, but they got to step it up. I'm not caring what they do in the regular season because we've seen this last year. We've seen them step up in a seasonal game. But I want to see them do this in the playoffs. I want to see this do this when the pressure rises, when the momentum's not on their side. I want to see them step up then. And then I got the Boston Celtics at number 5. I mean, that's my top 5 right there.
I like that top 5. My top 5, just to make it quick. Number 1, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. At number 1 is obvious. They're the way they're playing ball. They're the best team in the NBA is playing right now. At number 2, I have a kind of a shocker here because I have the Dallas Mavericks at 2. And the reason why I have them, just to give you a short excerpt on that, is because KP came back last night. I'm not saying the Hornets are a great team, but we look like that team that that we know we could be. And even though we start off 1-3, Luka's really started kicking in gear. I think some of these guys, some of them, not all, but some of these guys that was in the bubble, it's taking them a while to get them legs under them. And I think you're starting to see that with the Dallas Mavericks. They're playing really good ball right now. And shockingly, we're playing defense. We're holding teams to 100 or around 105 under that. If we could do that, man, that's a great team there. And number 3, I have the Clippers. They're playing solid ball. Number 4, I have the 76ers. I like what the Sixers are doing. I really do. And I think they could be really special. But like I said, I'm hard on Ben Simmons because when he came out in the draft, I thought he could be transcendent.
We all do. Ben Simmons, right now, just to cut you, but the Sixers fan talking, all Sixers fan, we didn't make that trade for James Harden. So now we were a little bit patient with Ben.
Yeah,
he literally has no more patience right now.
No.
We have no more patience for him.
Because you can't. You had Harden on the table.
He just got a triple-double, but 10 points not enough. I like the rebounds. I like the assists. I like the steals. But that's not even jump shots. Just be more aggressive in the paint.
Exactly. Just be a dog. You're 6'10".
He can score 18 on 12 shots and shoot 8 for 12 every single.
Yep, he sure can.
Center.
But you know what? You know what he's gonna be? He's never gonna be that. You can't instill that in someone. He's gonna be more like of a Jason Kidd, a watered down version almost.
That's fine. Jason Kidd, look what he did to the Nets. You talked about the impact of J. Kidd. J. Kidd, he impacted the game when not taking a lot of shots. But his
IQ is beyond stratosphere.
Yeah.
That's
why I wanted J. Kidd over in Philly with Ben, but
Gotcha. But yeah, that's I just that's just as far as my 2 there, and just to rattle them off, I said 76ers at 4. I'm sorry, and at 5 I got the Phoenix Suns. I know they one of my what can go wrong will go wrong teams, but they're 7-3 right now, playing well. Chris Paul, working his magic like always, and I just want to see them keep rolling. I don't want to see, hopefully they stay healthy, and I want them to keep rolling because, they are looking like a solid team. They are trying to break my stigma and work off the list. So those are my top 5 there. All right, it's rank 'em time. We're at the end of the real talk. Hey, it's rank 'em. Now these 3, man, woo! I looked at the list and I'm like, because you know what? To me, everyone on this list had that window. You know what I mean? Everyone had that window. But I'm gonna start with you. Let me see what I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start with Freddie on me. Rank them for me 1 through 3. Gilbert Arenas Hibachi. We got BD Baron Davis and Starberry, Stephon Marbury. Rank them 1 through 3.
Before I go, Chris, that dunk really was not that impressive. I'm just man. Let me go ahead and rank them.
That wasn't impressive. Okay, I'm gonna post and let's see what I gassed about saying
3 yards. Want me to?
It's fine. I gassed about saying it's one of the best dunks of all time.
Yeah,
but for this season, that's not a crazy poster.
Oh, I just watched that.
That's not a crazy poster. He knocked
it back with 2 hands,
all the way back to the back of his head.
He said that's the greatest dunk ever.
And I just said I gassed it. It because I was hyped with the good dunk. But nothing's going to top that.
All right, cool. You gassed that for this year. I agree. Okay. I just had to correct you on that, like I always
give
do.
your top three,
Like I
Freddie.
always do, correct you.
You never correct me. If you would have corrected me, you'd have beat me in a debate, and I give you a top three.
Okay, you don't want to go there with me today. Number one, I'm going Barry Davis, number one. And then I'm going number one. And then number two, I'm going Gilbert Arenas. I'm sorry, I screwed his name up. And number three, I'm going Steph Marbury. That's my top three.
There it is.
Chris, hold on.
Chris?
Let me help y'all. You
You
guys.
alive?
He's frozen.
I know I'm here.
Oh, okay, he's back.
I never left.
No, you left. You really do.
No, I didn't left. No, you left. But anyway, I think honestly all three of these can go either way. I don't kind of see it's the wrong way because the guy on my number one, he had a short window because of injuries, but in his window, nobody was more dominant than him, and that's Gilbert Arenas Hibachi. I mean, from 2000 to 2004, this dude was top three in points, assists, steals. You see, for me, Gilbert Arenas in his prime was a mix of John Wall and Dame Lillard. He had the speed of John Wall and was shooting like Dame Lillard. Man, if he didn't get hurt, he'd be one of the best scoring guards of all time. You think you love James Harden? Gilbert Arenas was all that, but faster. Gilbert Arenas was a bucket. If it wasn't for injuries, man, he'd have had a great career. Number two, I got to go Marbury. It's close, but I like Steph. You know, I feel like what happened to him was wrong. But at the end of the day, in his prime, this dude, who, you know, was a transcendent guard to me. And three, Baron Davis. It could have went either way for 3 and 2. Number one, it wasn't no deciding for me. It was going to be Gilbert. But I love Baron Davis. He's another guy that injuries hurt him. But we saw him in Charlotte and Golden State being able to do his thing. All three of these guards was great, you know, in their era, in that mid-early 2000s.
I like the list. Number one for me is Baron Davis. I like what Baron Davis brought to the game. You know, he led two franchises that was really low at the time when he joined the team to the playoffs, and you know, one playoff series. You know what they did with the Warriors to do
Against who?
The Mavericks.
I knew he was going to be a number one after that.
Mavericks 67 and 15 year. Dirk MVP year. Man, they pulled off the upset of a lifetime, really. If you look at it as far as the first round matchup, it's probably them and the Denver Nuggets beating the Sonics in '94. That's probably about the closest you're gonna find. You know, and his athleticism, he was really one of the first that could really just go to the rim and rise on you and just boom on you. You know, I respected Baron Davis' game. You know, like I said, all of them got that window, but I favor Baron Davis a little bit more. Number two is Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas was a bucket. I mean, you talk about this score on all three levels. You know, he was. Didn't he have
put up like 50? Put up 60 on Cole. Put up 60 on
60.
Average 29, 28.
Yep,
the best score on this list.
I think it was one point where he scored like 55 or more points in like 5 straight. Like it was insane at 6'4". You know, that's rough to do. And 3, and there's no slight on him, is Stephon Marbury. You know, good player, great player, averaged 20 and 8 for his career, should be a Hall of Famer, basketball Hall of Famer, what he did in China. He's coaching in China. Like he should be a Hall of Famer like right now. ASAP. It's the basketball.
Remember you told me that.
It's basketball Hall of Fame, and he needs to be in there right away. The only thing that set him back from the other two is he just didn't win a lot. You know, wherever he went, it seemed like the teams got a little bit worse. And then what did it for me is that when they did that one-on-one swap for him from Jason Kidd, he took him from 26 wins to 52 wins. That hurts, you know, with the same roster. There was nothing different about that roster except for a swap. And Kidd led him to 26 more wins, and it just that kind of was like, but Marbury a baller, but I don't think it's the winning formula, and I think that's why I wish him
and KG would have worked out.
I wish they could have. Why they just didn't? Minnesota. I don't want to talk about Minnesota.
What can go wrong?
What can go wrong? Will go wrong. How don't you pay both?
What?
What'd you say?
I got something for you and Chris, Coach Ham.
What's up?
You know, Chris, I'm very sorry. RIP to the Philadelphia 76ers. They should have made the trade for Ben Simmons. You cannot have this, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot have this. Do you guys see that on the screen? Yes, it's a triple-double, but he's letting a rookie come here.
First of all, Shake's not a rookie, so
No.
get it right. He's not a rookie. That's not
Okay,
a
but
rookie.
look at him. He's still wet behind the ears, Similac on the breath. Look, no, man, you can't have
I
that.
mean, like I said, this Shake
You can't have that.
Shake's like I said, was going to win 6 men a year because he got that green light off the bench. When you got a green light off the bench,
Nah, what I will say about Shake Milton, I know Shake Milton a nice player. He went to SMU, and you know, if anything about SMU, they're in the same conference as the Bearcats, UC basketball. So I'm used to seeing Shake Milton 2, sometimes 3 times a year in the past. And Shake Milton always gave us problems, and that's when we had, you know, Mick Cronin as the coach, and we was one of the best defensive teams in the country. Shake Milton was a problem at 6'5", 6'6", being able to handle the ball and give you a bucket. He's definitely a problem. And I knew he'll succeed in the
Chris,
NBA.
your team is done.
For sure. Ooh.
now we done, but you was praising him more than me on Real Talk.
Yeah,
Let's get this show over with. I
I'm
can't.
sorry, Real Talk.
All right,
fans.
Look how many shots.
See what I got to deal with.
Like,
That's
I'm
I'm sorry, Real Talk fans.
Look how many shots Ben Simmons took. Look at
10
the game
points.
Ben Simmons plays
Hey,
versus the
10
game Shake plays. You tell him to be a whole
Hey,
different
look,
player.
y'all, this is what I got to deal with on Real Talk with these two. You know, but hey, it's been a wonderful show. We've hit that mark where it's time for us to roll out. Make sure you share, like, everything. We on YouTube. We're on all platforms.
YouTube, Twitch,
Twitch.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We on all major and all visual platforms.
Yep. So spread the word, and we will be back Monday. Oh, let's see. We got a comment. Sixers window over. Embiid and Simmons don't work. Once the game gets slowed down in the offs, and Ben don't want to develop a jump shot. Now the game does slow down in the playoffs.
I'll say this though. You can't say it don't work when this is the most they ever played together, and everything is jumping up. I mean, they didn't play a lot with Brett Brown. They're playing way more with Doc Rivers, and both of their stats and both of their game is better. So we're seeing them play more, and on the floor, everything is better for the team. But you're right, it's the regular season. The playoffs, something has to change. We're going to have to wait and see. Like everybody say you can wait and see with everything else, but they only say it when it helps their narrative. So we're going to have to wait and
see the same.
We gotta wait and see.
Same old car with the.
Oh, can we smoke? Freddie, we're trying to end the show.
Year with the
We're trying to end the
76ers.
All right, y'all. I'm about to end this show right now.
you.
It's been real.
Thank you.
Freddie, Chris, Coach Cam, make sure you catch us on next Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We out.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. Great eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network. We on top of our game. All sports, all plays.